Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk a little bit about a to-do list and the ever-growing pile of things that we need to get done. And it feels like stuff always gets added onto that pile. It always seems like more needs to happen, more needs to get done. It's like we're not getting it done fast enough, right? And for the past sort of 5 years, I feel like my to-do list has just gradually gotten longer and longer, and I've gotten more efficient with doing stuff, and the more efficient I get with doing stuff, the more stuff I add onto the to-do pile. It's the same way, say, with software, right? Like Facebook in 2004, it looked like garbage, right? And didn't have that many features, but it ran quite smoothly, right? And now, in the year 2025, it looks really good and it's got loads and loads and loads of features and it runs just as smoothly. Why is it not running smoother? Because it could have run smoother in 2004. It could have been a bit more smooth. And even today, it could run a bit smoother. I click on a web page and it takes like 8 seconds to load. Why is it taking 8 seconds to load? Because they've made these web pages so intricate with so many moving elements, with so many embedded photos and videos and stuff like that, and like moving graphics and all this, modern sort of stuff. It's made it so much more complicated. And that same thing kind of applies to our to-do piles. We add more and more stuff because we're getting more and more efficient with doing stuff. And that will always happen no matter what, because if you were to do the opposite and start doing the same amount of stuff but get more efficient at it, it would feel like you're slowing down, and you don't want to feel like you're slowing down. You want to feel like you're progressing and you want to keep going. Part of the core principle of living in a capitalistic society is that infinite growth. It's to make sure that your company goes from like $1,000 to $1 million to $1 billion to, and it's always growing, it's always expanding. It needs to forever expand. You got one shop and then you want to get 2 shops, and you have 2 shops, and then you want to have 3 shops, and then you thought you'd be happy with 3 shops, but now you want a 4th shop, right? You always want more, and you always want to get further. You always want to do more of what you have, right? And you always want to be more efficient with it. And it's good to do that. It's good to increase your abilities and get more efficient with things. But I don't think it's good to keep piling stuff on, because the more stuff you pile on, the more you're only going to overwhelm yourself, right? My to-do pile right now is so long. I could just rattle it off right now. I need to finish Sheffield Psychedelic. I need to finish Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. I need to finish a film called I Am Scum. I need to finish my debut album. I need to finish the 65E3 EP that I'm recording at Abbey Road. I need to finish Institute. I need to record a whole load more Johnny Mozza videos, like 100 more Johnny Mozza videos to fit me out till the end of October. I need to sort out the entire Shorts channel, and then I need to focus on my other channel that I'm starting up, and then I need to look for marketing work, and then I need to focus on making a website, and then I need to also get a job in advertising, and then I need to do all my errands that always come up every single day, and I need to sort out my bank account. Do you see just how much I had to rattle off there? And I could go on, right? And you could probably go on. You've got so much stuff that you need to get done, and you're wasting time watching this YouTube video at the end of the day, right? And the thing is, if we solve everything, say if I did everything, right, and I had Psych done, and I had all these movies done, and I had the website up, and I had this, that, and the other done, and I had nothing left to go on from there, no jumping off point, no new thing to do after that, what would I do? It'd be like, say, the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3. They wrapped it all up, right? And then, bam, Stranger Tides comes along, and that movie fucking sucks, right? Do you want your life to turn into a Stranger Tides, and then the Dead Man Tells No Tales, or whatever the fuck it was called, the next one? Do you want your life to turn into that? No, that's why you keep adding stuff to your to-do pile. That's why you keep giving yourself shit to do, because you want to keep feeling like you're in this endless flow state. And yeah, it is good to remain in the flow state. It's good to keep active and doing stuff, right? And that's the key here. It's about balance. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, but at the same time, you also don't want to give yourself nothing to do. You don't want to complete literally everything and have nothing to do. But personally, I've idealized that in my head, the idea of getting all of this stuff done, providing myself a clean slate. But say if I did all of that, and then I wouldn't have anything to do, and I have to come up with an entire new slate of things to do. That's all that would happen there. It's not like I would finish all these films and I'd just lay back and just retire like Rayman fucking Island, of gold, with that fake ending. If you ever played Rayman 2, The Great Escape, there's basically this one bit where there's a boss battle and he offers you a big chest of gold, and you get an option to either take the gold or don't take the gold and save the children or whatever, right? And if you pick the gold, it cuts to this little cutscene of him lying back like that, sipping a martini, right? And then it says, the end. And then it cuts back to the actual story. It's like, no, that wasn't the right option, right? So if that's not the right option for a video game character rated fucking 7 for 7 and up, right? It's certainly not the right option for you, a fully functioning fucking adult, right? Or teenager or whatever the fuck you are, right? Because no matter where you are in life, you're always more developed than where you were before. You always have that past version of yourself to compare yourself to. If you're 12 and you're watching this, you might think when you were 10, you're a bit of a lazy sort of knobhead or whatever. You had things to criticize about your 10-year-old self. If you're 15, you're watching this, you have things to criticize about yourself when you were 12. I'm 26 and I criticize my 21-year-old self. And when I was 21, I criticized my 17-year-old self. And it will go on. When I'm 30, I'll be criticizing me today making these stupid fucking videos, right? So all you can do is just keep going. Keep adding things to the to-do pile, but never allow that to-do pile to grow so insanely large that you can't finish it anymore. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and feel defeated by it, right? You want to get yourself to a point where you're going to be capable of working your way through everything that you need to do. And I don't know exactly what that looks like. I don't have any easy answers for you there because everyone's different. Our solutions are going to be, my solutions will be different from your solutions because my line of work is different from your line of work. My errands are different from your errands, right? My life situations and my little issues with my things, right, are different from your little issues with your things, right? Because we live in different, cultures and different countries. We have different things going on, right? But I think a universal trait is that we all have stuff to do and we all have a need for escapism. That's why you're watching this video. This is why I go and watch random garbage on the internet. This is why I sit and I watch the same episodes of Alan Partridge every single fucking time that I can't be asked anymore, right? Because you resort back to that comfort zone, right? And if you can sort of get yourself to a point where you're getting stuff done and you're being efficient with it, and not necessarily flatlining, but just balancing it all out a little bit more. That might feel like the end of an era. It might feel like, you're in so much chaos right now that if you were to get rid of the chaos, you wouldn't be able to thrive anymore. But you can thrive without the chaos. You don't need the chaos to thrive. The chaos is what's putting you down right now. The chaos is what's making you need to escape, and it's why you're watching this video, because you're living in so much shit at the moment. You've got so much stuff going on that you need to get done that you can't take it anymore and you want to get away and you want to escape from it, right? And I feel like that all the time, right? And I presume that you do too. That's why you click this video. And again, I don't have an easy answer for you here. There's not some basic solution where you can just sort of go, all you need to do is just do X. Just do all your to-do pile, right? I have a mate who had the suggestion, like, why don't I get AI to make a schedule for me and the AI tells me exactly what to do, and then I just get my entire to-do pile done, right? But say you got your entire to-do pile done, then what? What happens after that? All that happens then is you build yourself a new to-do pile, because life doesn't ever end. Even when you're retired, you still have shit to do. You still got bingo to go to, right? We all have things that need to get done. And if you're, say, my sort of age, you're in that prime of your life sort of period, it's up to you to just do as much as you can and be as capable as you can. I've got a mate who says, he likes to say no pain, no gain, unironically. And at the end of the day, I do get where he's coming from. This guy works like 80 hours a week, every single week, doing a job that he fucking hates. But you know what? He's grafting, he saves up so much money, and now he's in a much better position than me financially to be able to get a mortgage on a house, right? I've essentially been dossing about in comparison to him. So he was able to push himself and get to that position, right? And it makes me think, well, why can't I do that? Am I not as efficient as him? I need to get more efficient so I can be as good as him. But it's not about being as efficient as possible, right? You don't need to keep adding things to the to-do pile just so that you can solve the things on your to-do pile, just so you can get more things to do, right? Because, yeah, there are things that you have to get done, but there's also a lot of shit that's optional, but in your head, it's not optional. And you just need to understand that not everything that you've got on that to-do pile is necessary, right? There's that sort of thing where it's like the 4 quadrants. There's urgent and important. There's urgent and not important. There's not important but urgent. And there's not important and it's not urgent, right? And it's just about prioritizing stuff. That not important stuff that's not urgent, fuck it. it might feel good to get that stuff done, right? It might feel satisfying, or it might be, you know, even not satisfying, but it feels like it's more urgent or important than it really is. So you need to figure out where this stuff is on these quadrants more objectively. Maybe ask a friend, ask them what they think of your situation, and see an outsider's perspective, because an outsider has way more to offer you in terms of insight than you do, because you're stuck in the thick of it. You don't know left from right, because everything is so crowded around you, because you've given yourself so much to do that you're not able to see the forest for the trees. Think of each thing that you need to do as like a tree that you've planted, right? There's a tree here, 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 there's a tree here. All the trees have grown, and all the trees have sprouted loads of leaves and stuff. Bam, I can't see a fucking thing out here, right? I'm stuck, I'm stuffed. Like, what am I supposed to do? All I can do now is fucking chainsaw it all down. And that's not going to feel satisfying, because I've grown all these trees. I need to see the trees through to their completion so that they sprout the fruit that I fucking want. That's how the metaphor works. But the easy solution is just to recognize, hey, that tree can come down, doof. That tree's kind of shit, doof, right? Bam, suddenly light's coming in from these two angles. Suddenly it's not quite so dense around me. Suddenly it feels like I can get it done. I can escape, I can step away from the trees, and I can come back in and do this, get the fruit, come back out, relax, come back in, get the fruit. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is it's just a case of figuring out your priorities, figuring out what it is you need to do and how you need to get there. And also not getting so in your head about that specific bit of trying to get stuff done, and just actively getting it done, right? So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it from me. I hope you managed to get something out of this video. I know it was a little bit all over the place, right? But I am filming this at 2 in the morning in Edinburgh, and I've not slept for 2 days. So as I said, I'm getting more efficient with doing stuff, right? But I'm adding more to my to-do pile, to the point where now I'm out here at 2 in the morning filming this video, right? And is this necessarily important and urgent? No, it's in this quadrant, so I shouldn't be bothering to make this video, and yet here I am. So this video is a lesson in of itself, in that this video shouldn't exist, right? Don't let yourself make this video. So thank you very much, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you need to get done, and what do you think is most important in terms of priorities for you right now? And what have you been focusing on that maybe isn't that important, but you know, you kind of feel like you need to get done anyway, maybe just for the sake of completion, if anything else. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care, and bye-bye.